Look at your Saint your girl Von Keys West. Storytime, real quick. So, y'all, you can't make this up. Only in my life. So let me tell you what happened to me. So, a little over a week ago, I had to go to Florida to my daughter's volleyball tournament. She plays travel volleyball. She a beast now. Number 9. You see her. You see her. Punch. Number 9. She's a right side. At any rate, stay focused. She had a volleyball tournament in Orlando, Florida. We were right outside of Disney. So when we go to these tournaments, first of all, travel volleyball is not for the weak. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Okay? You about here to say everything I feel bad. I'm just saying. It's expensive. But it's an investment. My daughter loves it and she's good. However, in common, we go to Florida. So you say this is kind of resort, water park hotel near Disney. And the event was held at the convention center, one of the convention centers there, right, in Orlando. Maybe about 15 minutes from my hotel. So when you go to these events, you got to pay to get in. You got to pay to get there. So you pay for your travel. You pay for however you get there. We flew. Then you had to get a car. Then you got to pay for the hotel. Then you got to pay to get in. For the whole weekend, it's like $50 a person for the whole weekend. And you have to pay to park. Honey, it's a whole racketeer. Okay? Racketeer. Okay? Anyway, so when we go to the venue, me and my daughter, we go. And so she has to go on in because, like I said, the game is at her game was at 8. We had to be there at 7, right? So I pull up. She got to warm up 7:15. So I pull up, want to drop her at the gate so that she could get on in, get situated. And I'm going to go park. Now, parking could be anywhere from $5 to $22 or more. All right. So if you do or don't know, I had a boot on my foot. I have a ligament torn in my foot. So I was wearing a boot, like you strap on so you walk on that heel so don't put no pressure on it. So, and I have a valid handicap sticker and all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to park closer to the door. So it was some parks right up front. So it's like you walk in the convention across the street. Then you walk up front and it was like another street. And then it was these parks like right in front of the building. So it was spaces. I'm like, okay. So y'all know the things say pay and park to pay, scan your car, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. So I go and I see a park. I circle back around because I'm like, I'm not walking from Jerusalem with this boot on to get into this convention center that is big as all outdoors to get there on this boot. I'm not doing it. I pay the park, scam a little thing, whatever. So I circle back around, I come up, and so I find a park, literally like, it's 2 streets. It's one street, you cross the street and you're in the convention center. Maybe like 7 parks up. Now, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, right? So it ain't, it's filling up, but I can get in there. So we get out, you got to take a picture. It says scan this or download the app or call this number. Put your little parking space, whatever in. I can follow directions, honey. I can follow directions, thanks. At any rate, however in common. I put myself in and I called a number, it wouldn't work. I go download and I put the code in and it said invalid. My daughter getting ready to play. It's 7:40. What we gonna do? Can't afford to get my car towed and a rental car in Florida. So I walk up and I see this black man, brother, dressed with the reflective vest. He work in security or parking or whatever, right? So when I walk up from behind. And he had on a hat and dreads. Older man had on this reflective dress, right? So I said, coming up from behind. My mama taught me real good manners. I said, excuse me. He don't turn around. I said, good morning. He looked at me like this. I said, good morning. Baby, you would have thought I had cussed him to the gods, okay? He said, do you know what good morning means? Well, good morning. He said, when we were slaves, the master used to come and slaughter our families, and they used to slaughter them early in the morning. And so they would come back and they would tell us in the morning, good morning. I said, you mean like MOURNING? Don't say good morning. Well, what should I say? Hey, hello, greetings, grand risings. I said, well, greetings. Sir, I just paid $9,565 to get here and get in to see this girl. You talking to me about good morning? And do you mean MORNING or MOURING? That mean because I said, oh, okay. So then he quotes a Bible verse, and he says, whatever the Bible verse was, I knew it. Now, honey, I ain't been in church all my life or nothing, right? Whatever it was, I can't remember what it was, but whatever it was, when he started saying it, I finished it. Like if he said, um, uh, I can do all things for Christ who strengthens me. That wasn't the verse, but let's say that was a verse. So he said, I can do all things, and I said, which strengthens me. So whatever it was a different verse, but I knew the verse. And I said, you talking to a whole Christian. He said, you talking to a whole Hebrew Israelite. What part of Israel you come from? No offense to any Hebrew Israelites. But sir, what I'm coming up here for is I need to pay the park and I don't need my car towed. He said, you a Hebrew Israelite, you just don't know it. Baby, can I get a camera crew? What you say? You a Hebrew Israelite, you just don't know it. I say, oh, is that it? You know, we are the black Jews. Okay. He goes into a whole spiel, 747. So then I said, well, look at here. I would love to sit here and talk to you, but my daughter's been here playing. I done paid $9,675 to come down here, and I need to get in this here play. I need to figure out how I can do my car, because I couldn't figure out how to get it to park, because I want my car to. He said, you good. I said, you sure? He looked at me like that. I said, okay, all right, all right. So I said, well, what's your name? He said, I said, did I cuss? What? I'm just asking what your name is, bro. He said, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to decide which name I want to give you. What your mama call you? What? Obadiah. I said, okay, Obadiah. Well, you know, that's my slave name. Do you know the book of Obadiah? Have you read the book of Obadiah? I said, oh, it's been a while. Well, you know the story. But hold on. Before we get into the biblical lesson of the Hebrew Israelites for the second time or the fifth time, sir, is my car going to be saved? Do I need to scan, park, pay? I don't want to be told Obadiah. He said, well, that's my slave name. But you can call me Michael, the angel. Ashton Kutcher. You know, if y'all don't know anything about punks, honey, I know I was being punked. Sir, what? Obadiah at the Bible is your slave name. But you want me to call you Michael, the angel. He said, you know, Michael was an angel. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. What? Sir. All this because I said good morning. Morning, not mourning. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. What? Baby, I could not tell you how quick I got into the gym. I told my daughter, I said, you ain't gonna believe this. Fast forward, I gotta come back out because I bought some food and I was gonna put it in the car. I come back out and I offered him, I said, hey, I'm just taking a little break. I got some chicken wings, chicken strips, and fries. You're like, oh no, I'm good. I followed the Bible's diet. Well, you don't eat chicken? Yeah, I eat chicken, but you know, I try to stick to. He starts naming the stuff, and he said, pork is not good. I said, I don't eat pork, just for the sake of I don't even want to go through this, right? And he said, and I don't eat shrimp. And then I said, oh, I'm allergic to shrimp. I'm allergic to shellfish. He says, it's a good thing. Good, good. That's good that you're allergic. Well, sir, it's really not, because, you know, anaphylaxis is a real thing. I could die, even in the presence of it. It's a good. You did good. That's good that you're allergic to. Sir, can y'all get Obadiah Micah the angel? Micah rode the border show. He had the parking deck, but he didn't tow my car. I stayed there all day for free. Baby, shout out to the Hebrew Israelites. I don't come after nobody's religion to believe what you want to believe. But baby, can I not say good morning? Is that why y'all say Grand Rising? Because your ancestors were slaughtered in the morning, Jesus. Michael, honey, baby, you can't make this up. Honey, I'll let your girl.